and challenges.
So Alex, to see yourself on the other side, I love that. So what would that look like to you?
I imagine I probably talk too fast for most people. I probably put too much information in their lap, and I don't think I simplify it enough. And I'm not sure how I would simplify it. It just doesn't seem to be in my nature naturally.
Okay. So you, in your opinion, which is great that you're taking inventory, right, which is critical.
Right.
So in your opinion then, you talk too much. So in what areas do you feel like you talk too much?
From all areas, I imagine.
Okay.
You know, like
why
somebody else is talking.
Why do you talk too much? What are you basing that on? Like, why would you say that? I love that you said it, but why?
I mean, I feel like I've got to get enough information into the other person's mind, you know, so they make a decision. Because, I mean, for me, I feel like EcoWater's got a lot to offer compared to anybody else. I feel like we're way past what anybody else can provide. You know, it's an exceptional product, but I don't know how to explain that to somebody else in like 5 words or less. You know, I feel like I got to do 5 pages, you know, and because we have a lot of information.
So here's the thing. You're living, do you want to know why you have this problem?
Why?
Because salespeople are like Silly Putty. You remember Silly Putty? How old are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what Silly Putty is, right?
Yeah.
So you used to, you know, we used to wait for Sunday for the comics to come, and then you'd stick Silly Putty in, and you'd pick up the ink off the comics, and, you know, your Silly Putty would be taking and become a reflection of its last impression. So Let me tell you why you have your situation. You're like Silly Putty. Only your Silly Putty never erases anything that has happened. So here's what you're doing. You are a reflection of every objection and every impression that's happened to you in the home. So you've put all those together, and you are now going into the home attempting to overcome every objection and every question everybody you have ever talked to has expressed to you, and now you have diarrhea of the mouth. You know it, but you don't know how to cure it. So the first thing is what was the cause? Well, I can tell you probably with 99.9% certainty, the cause of this is, Alex, is you are now trying to put and interject everything you've ever heard or thought of into the demo. Yes or no?
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where the script becomes imperative, that you use that as a roadmap, and you only deviate from the script to at a point where you see an obstacle in the road that you have to drive around. And then you must ascertain, how big is the obstacle? Do I need to go through it? Do I need to run over it? Do I need to move past it? Okay?
Right.
So the takeaway from this is get back to the original concept of relating just the bare information that you can to stimulate the interest and desire that we need, and then to move around any obstacles that become apparent on the road in front of you. Stop looking in the past and driving, because if 2 weeks ago, if you're driving from California to Kansas City and you're going down I-70 and you're trying to avoid obstacles that you've passed the last 500 miles, how much sense does that make?
Right.
Why would you do that? So you're steering around imaginary obstacles based on what you saw 100 miles ago. You may never see that obstacle again, or it may not be for 300 more miles. So what's the best way to keep driving down I-70? Eyes wide open, nice steady pace, and look at the road in front of you, not behind you. Too many of us look at the road behind us to predict the future path. I like to always create my future by always knowing before I walk in the door that regardless of what I hear or say, I'm helping this family get good water. And I leave my mind open to encountering obstacles one at a time and taking the path of least resistance around said obstacles. So I'm not going to try to drive around a closed road and spend an hour explaining the difference between the ecosystem and everyone else's if they don't give a fuck. Right. Why would I do that? Most people don't care. Most people buy from contrast. The perception of what my water could be as opposed to what I have now versus the amount of money I have to spend. That's the solution. How do I increase desire? So what you have to do, Alex, is hit the reset button, reprogram your brain, go into every demo as if you were a fourth grader trying to find out what lays ahead of you. Walk in the door with sheer optimism and fascination. Be grateful that they're allowing you in the home and that you have a job and you have a way to mint money. Walk into the house with an attitude of gratitude and just be so grateful before you walk up that you have the ability to walk, to talk, to earn a living. Just cleanse your body and your mind of everything that's ever happened and go into the house with the attitude that you are a 12-year-old boy and somebody just dropped off a stack of, Playboy magazines. Before online porn, that was the joy of every 12-year-old boy to somehow happen upon a Playboy magazine with fascination about what you were going to see, correct? So you just need to operate, and a lot of this is a core fundamental transformation that you can make right now to change and rewire your operating system, to hardwire your brain to have different results. Step one, just be grateful that you have an appointment instead of looking. So here's what we do. We look at where the appointment is, and we go, oh, fuck, I got to go drive up the way to fucking here. These people never buy. Oh, and it's one of those shitty Home Depot leads that other people in the country are so grateful to have an appointment. They love Home Depot, but because you've been spoiled on Costco, we cop a little bit of an attitude toward Home Depot with a little bit of, fuck, maybe I'll get lucky. Then we drive up with that kind of attitude, and maybe it's been a bad day, and maybe we don't like the neighborhood we're in, or maybe it's too hot or too cold or whatever. Maybe the traffic was strong, so we're already distressed before we walk up. And believe me, be aware of the space inside you and out and around you because it makes a difference. You can literally change somebody's entire being by the attitude that you present when you walk up to the door, so you need to be beaming, and believe it or not, the smile on your face and the energy coming out of your pores before you knock on the door has as much to do with the outcome of that presentation as it does when you walk in the house.
Yep.
And when you do the demo. So you can literally change everything by changing your own mind. You can change the outcome by changing your internal mindset. So when you walk up to the door, be grateful you can get out of the car, that you have a car, that you can walk, that you can talk, that you can see, that you can smell. Just be grateful for all of those elements and walk into the door that you're like an eighth grader in Wonderland going, oh my God, I'm so excited. You guys are going to love this. Thank you so much for allowing me out into your home. Mean it with sincerity and authenticity. If I start to bore you, let me know. You guys are going to love this. I love my job. I'm so happy that we got this time together. I'm going to make this meaningful and impactful for you. I'm not going to bore you is my intent here. If I do, just shut me up. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to show you what's in your water, what your water could be like. I'm going to show you the difference between what you have now, how it is to shower. You're going to absolutely love this. I'll do it in 49 minutes. I'm going to go fast. If I'm going too fast, let me know. I'm going to give you some information you're going to absolutely love. If you have any questions, let me know. First place, let's go to the kitchen. I'm going to get my stuff set up. It's going to be awesome. I am so excited to be here. I love my job. Every day I walk into somebody, tell them, I know I have a chance to improve your life forever. Here's the good news. I'm going to make you a couple of promises today. I promise I will not sell you anything under any circumstances if you promise not to buy anything. Deal? I've never broken that promise. Number 2, I will not even give you a price unless if you beg me. How's that? So I just want you to sit back. I want you to relax. I want you to have a good time. I want you to give me feedback, ask questions, and just let me know if I'm too slow, too fast. If I'm boring you, please tell me. Now, I don't think anybody walks into the house like I just described. I will improve everybody's closing average if you just learn that. If you just learned that 5 minutes, was it even 5? Maybe it was 5. If you learn that 5 minutes of joy and happiness, if you fire off those brain waves and that energy before you walk up into the door, I guarantee you I'll give you all a $30,000 a year raise. Promise you. Unequivocally. It has to be authentic. It has to just come from your heart. But if you will just stop focusing on the past, start focusing on the future, realize you got to get from point A to point B as quick as possible, and realize you don't have to throw in everything you've ever learned, everything you've ever heard, and try to put it all into one demo, which is what you're doing, Alex. Yes or no?
Right. Yeah.
What can you take away from that?
My attitude, for sure, to start with. I mean, the excitement's going to be contagious. I probably don't need to give him so much information, even, because I give it to him right away so they understand what we're going to be doing, and maybe I should just pique the curiosity a little bit more. And if I'm excited and they're curious, what's going to happen? They're going to ask me questions, and I'm going to get to answer them anyways.
You ever go to a rock concert or to a I don't know, let's use a rock concert, and you have anticipation that the Rolling Stones, I don't know, whoever you like, right? Let's say you love the Rolling Stones, and you have anticipation that the Rolling Stones are coming on stage, and let's say they're one of the greatest bands ever, and you already know all their songs, and the concert starts at 8 o'clock. Who's coming on before the Rolling Stones?
Their introduction band.
A warm-up band, right?
Yeah.
And that warm-up band is there to do what? Get the
everybody
audience
excited.
To get the audience, and even if the warm-up band is terrible, it's not so bad because you just go and get these fuckers off the stage. Let's bring out the Stones. Either way, you're getting riled up. The last thing you want to do is have the warm-up band come out and start playing Rolling Stones music and telling you all the songs the Rolling Stones are going to play. Just get on with the show and use the show as a way to educate the people. The warm-up band is your attitude, your perspective, your future movie in your brain. Before you walk into that house, you got to run the movie. That's you going in, encountering difficulties, and coming out ahead and helping people get good water. You see yourself writing the contract. You associate the joy that you get when the contract is signed. And the warm-up band in this case is the precipitation test, the hardness test. And we talked about this on the Thursday call. Somebody called that front-loading. Maybe it was me, but that term I like. We got to front-load the audience. We don't have a guy come out and explain to everybody in the audience what the warm-up band is going to sing and do. And we don't have that guy bloviate for 10 minutes what the Rolling Stones are going to do. We just bring out the fucking warm-up band. Good, bad, or ugly, their purpose is served. So all you do is you bring up the warm-up band. Step 1, warm-up band. Focus. When you're driving to the appointment, see your future. See how happy you're being. Play back every sale you've gotten in that month or the last 2 weeks. feel and see yourself reaching a new level of success, walk it to the door and just be genuinely grateful that you've been given an opportunity to help somebody improve their life. Scream out, I'm alive, I'm alert, and I feel great. Get yourself into an altered state of positivity. And then walk into the house and let that come from your pores. And your warm-up is to explain. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the difference between what you have and what you could have, and you're going to love this. I honestly, can I tell you something off the record? I love my job, and I want to thank you for allowing me into the home, because it's not easy, and it's not hard. It's not easy to find people kind enough to allow us into their home. Even yet when we come in here, people love what we do. You would think we'd have 10,000 people on the waiting list instead of the 300 or 400 we have, which is still a lot. But people love this. And so I'm just grateful to be here. And you can shorten that up and put that in your own words. That was probably just a little verbose. But you need to write out your own little pattern when you get into the house. Write it out. Come up with your own opening act and stick to it. Make it short and simple and practice it. You need a 60 to 90 second opening monologue. Now I'm about to introduce you to the two best comedians on the stage. It's precipitation and hardness. You're going to love these guys. We're going to start off with that hardness guy and bring him out on stage. So it's like an introduction to the next comic. I'm just trying to put into perspective what goes through your mind into these houses so that you change everything. And the everything you can change right now is your mind movie and seeing that success that you desire and linking a feeling to that and literally hardwiring your brain, reprogramming your software in your mind to rewire your brain and hardwire it to do this every time before you go into a house. It will literally give you a $30,000 to $50,000 a year income raise. Maybe more. Because it'll make a difference. Every little thing you do to improve in the house makes a difference. Every little thing you can tweak makes a difference. Rick, you're one of my best students. What's your takeaway? What'd you learn today? And put you on the spot because you always have those good takeaways from me. Recap it. Rick?
Am I on mute or you got me?
Now you are. Now you're talking. Tell me what you've learned.
Oh, okay. I love that. I can't wait to get this recording. I want to sit down and almost write out exactly what you did in that introduction. That is, I think I go in with that excitement, but I don't think I express it like you just did. And I love that about, telling people that, you're there to help them, and man, they're going to love what they see. And, I don't want you to buy anything. I just want to show you what I'm doing. And that whole thing you just did is awesome. And I can't wait to get a recorded call so I can sit down and actually write a script out for myself, very much like what you just did.
So, Rick, thank you for that. And I want you guys to all hear what he said. And that's the difference between Rick's massive improvement is he's probably the best student I have on all my calls. Because Rick listens, and then he actually listens to the call, and then number one, and write this down, he writes it down. When you write it out and you write it down, it becomes part of your software that then controls your hardware. And if you want to know why Rick is selling at the level he is, he just explained it to you. I give you the secrets. I can't make you guys drink this stuff, but I promise you it all works. I have one interest in mind. How do I improve your sales? When you win, I win. I get paid on every deal you write, so I have a vested interest. You guys buy a soap pack, I make a little bit of money. You make way more than I do. But I just want a little tiny piece of the action, and fortunately I have 10,000 people out doing this, and it provides me a very nice lifestyle for you guys to do well, and it's a win-win-win. But if you want to know why Rick has probably just gone from zero to hero, it's because of that attitude. Literally takes more takeaways from my calls than all the other hundreds of people I encountered in my week. Rick is the guy I know that's actually listening, taking notes, and making changes, and you can look at his sales numbers, and it makes a difference. So kudos to you, Rick. I love it.
Thank you.
I mean it sincerely, and it's got to feel good, doesn't it? I mean, you have become a very competent and unconsciously competent salesperson, and you've had a huge turnaround, right?
Yeah, when I almost didn't sell anything my first 3 weeks, and even Joey was getting worried about me.
We were all worried about you. I didn't think you could do it, quite frankly. And I'm glad, I'm just super happy. It makes me so happy that you were such a good student. It's just rare anybody goes, well, I listened to what you say, that was really good, and I'm going to write it out and learn it. Most of the people that attend my training, just it goes in one ear and out the other ear, and the only reason I continue to do it is people like you, Rick, that get it and implement it. And there's some other people on this call that have done that. Joey's done a great job of that over the years. So I'm just saying, if you guys want to get better, take these calls and you've got to implement them. But everybody on this call right now can take the attitude, forget the word track that I said, and you really got to get that question down, because it's not that I don't want you to buy anything. You can't say that. What the question is, just to go over it slowly, is, look, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm going to make you a promise. I've never broken this promise. If you promise not to buy anything, I promise I won't be selling you anything. How's that? And I will not give you a price unless if you care enough to ask twice. No price unless you ask twice. How about that? All I want you to do is to understand what's going on in your house now and how much it could be improved. If you just get that, I'm happy. I'm happy to leave here knowing that I gave you and turned on the light on your water. That's all. I can say this in 100 different ways. Learn your own way. Get it down to an art form. Whatever is comfortable with you. I try not to teach you guys scripts as much as I try to teach you concepts so that you can assimilate the information, internalize it, and distill it, meaning that you can take what I said, put it into something that means something to you, and authentically communicate that to your customer. Forget all that, though. The one thing everyone can do today without study is to start having immense gratitude for what you have. Write out your gratitude list. I'm grateful to Ken and Elaine that they pay Harry and have him on the calls. I have dealers that are too cheap to do this. I'm grateful to Ken and Elaine that they have money to keep inventory in stock. I have dealers that never have inventory in stock, and they're always, they don't buy their soap packs on time, and people call and complain because they don't have any money. I'm grateful that Ken and Elaine employ installers so we have a legal and great install. I have dealers that do these illegally. They don't pull permits. They don't hire master plumbers. I'm grateful Ken and Elaine have multiple sources of finance companies that are willing to buy the paper. I'm grateful I get paid on time and my checks don't bounce. I'm grateful that I'm getting an hourly wage. You're the only ones in the whole country I'm aware of. I'm grateful they pay mileage. Only one in the whole country that I know that does that. I'm grateful that I can walk, I can talk, I can see. I'm super grateful that we spend all this money to get into Costco, that I have Costco leads and Home Depot leads and even call-in and lay down. And I'm grateful that I've been given this opportunity to go out and improve lives. I'm grateful that I have the ability to drive, that I have the ability to see, to talk, to walk, to hear, to go out and save lives is so important. Whatever is meaningful to you, so that you go over those in your mind, so that when you step out of the car, you're so excited you don't even hit the ground. You glide across the air, and you get to that front door, and you put your kit and everything under your left arm. You step back, you knock on the door 3 times, and you're just so damn fucking happy to be at that door that the beam of light lights up their entire house, and they don't know why, but they're fucking happy you're there too. That's what all of you can do today. You don't need to learn that. You don't need to do shit. You just need to rewire your software so that you have this massive outcome of joy and happiness when you knock on that door. Try it. Try it for 30 straight days. Cancel out all your negative bullshit. Cancel everything you know. Hit reboot when you walk into your car to drive to an appointment. Literally restart yourself and open up with a clean operating system and start playing the program that allows to see yourself writing paper and helping people regardless of how far you have to drive. The farther you have to drive, the better set of mind you should be in when you arrive. That is your time to get on your fucking game face. Takeaways, anybody? Alex, wrap it up. I'm giving you 15 seconds to take it away, then I'm hanging up.
No, that's definitely good. Super exciting. I mean, it's. I definitely have some work to do. That's the whole point, though. So the next demo is going to be a different demo for sure.
All I want you to change right now is your attitude and gratitude, and have an attitude of gratitude, and just tell yourself how grateful you are for Ken and Elaine, for Eco Water, for Liquid Soap, for me, for your family, for everything you can be grateful for. Walk in and have genuine gratitude that those people were nice enough to let you in their door. That's all I'm asking. I want to hear the results of this tomorrow on our call. All right, guys. Great call. Thanks, everybody, for participating. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. That's your new fucking attitude. The cussing day for me. I don't know why. It just sounds good. All right. Thanks, guys.